And what's cracking, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Bitcoin analysis video. So, a lot has happened since the last Bitcoin update. However, much of it was already anticipated. I mean, the title of yesterday's video was, "Will Bitcoin dump before it pumps?" Now, of course, it was not just price action that we saw unfold over the past 24 hours, but it was also, well, some news. Now, apparently there's FUD on CZ. There's also FUD on Kobe. There's also Elon Musk doing Elon Musk things like putting in Dogecoin, the Dogecoin logo as his Twitter profile picture. I believe that caused Dogecoin to pump. And anyways, with the FUD and with the bullish stuff on Dogecoin, price reacted accordingly. However, what was the first gauge, guys? It was price action. Okay, price action told us that, hey, we could very well see a pullback here before the news even freaking dropped. Right, so listen to price action, use the dashboard. For those of you who have access to the dashboard, give us a neutral trend change on the 4-hour time frame yesterday, and that neutral trend change has now flipped short. Okay, so yesterday across the board, we saw a bunch of bullish long trend signals from the 12-hour all the way to the weekly time frame. The 4-hour told us that, hey, while things are looking bullish on the higher time frames, the 4-hour might give you a better bid opportunity, and that is exactly what we saw. But in addition to that, guys, we also spoke about a bearish divergence that was playing out on the daily time frame. And as we went on to dissect that, I'm like, be careful. Right? Because we could very well see that bearish divergence flip into a bullish divergence, right? So I'm giving you all of the key components to look at. For those of you who have access to the dashboard, guys, pay attention, because this is what's going to catch you those better bid opportunities. This is what's going to help you stay out of traps as well. Okay. So if you have any biases on the chart, use the dashboard to keep you objective at all times. Now, the dashboard is essentially what helped me be objective on that very bullish monthly close. Now, the 4-hour right now is telling us that, okay, guys, we've lost the uptrend. Bitcoin is now currently in a downtrend on the 4-hour time frame. However, all of the other time frames, the mid time frames as well as the higher time frames, it's all still very much in bullish territory. For those of you who are unaware of the lingo, long equals bullish. But now what I want you guys to focus on here is the daily trend, okay? The daily trend is currently bullish, came in 20 days ago. Throughout this entire consolidation, it has kept you in your trade, okay? If you caught a trade based on when the long signal went off, you're already up by a good 12% even after this pullback that we saw on Bitcoin's chart. Okay, also notice volatility, flashing blue, flashing 14, saying that it's very, very low. The bulls still have a lot more juice in them to take Bitcoin up from here. So the way I look at this is that when the volatility does kick in, okay, it's going to kick in a big way and likely going to err to the side of that overarching trend, which is bullish. Okay, also now notice the flags, guys. Not only do we have a bullish Ichimoku setup, but that bearish divergence from yesterday has now flipped into potential bullish divergence. And this is essentially what we had forecasted. For those of you who are unaware of what yesterday's dashboard call looked like, let me go ahead and take you on over to, well, yesterday's video. This is just a quick sort of clip from yesterday's video where I pull up the dashboard, and you can see right here, Bitcoin USDT. Okay, I'm on the daily time frame here. Bitcoin USDT, yeah, was long on the daily time frame, but notice the flags. All right, we had a down arrow there on that thermostat. Okay, that is the signal for a potential bearish divergence. So now that bearish divergence has now flipped into what is now bullish divergence. Okay, so we'll be dissecting this today. So now with this picture, we can get on over to the charts. By the way, guys, there is a 7-day free trial that is available on the dashboard for those of you who just want to go ahead and give it a whirl, okay? Because you have access to a bunch of different altcoins with similar features telling you about bullish divergence, bearish divergence, bullish Ichimoku cloud, etc., and all of the trends. Okay, so you can go ahead and check it out. You'll find it on app.mangoresearch.co. So now with this, we can get on over to the charts. Now, we spoke about quite a few things yesterday. However, I'm going to drive in the most important things for you, okay? First off, here's one quick tip. Here's a quick lesson in trends. A cycle, okay? I'm going to take you on over to the monthly for this, okay? This right here from 3K all the way to 60K, all the way to 15K, This is one cycle. Okay, like this cycle, there have been other cycles in Bitcoin's history. So now let's just say that this parabola thing here represents one cycle. Okay, bear market, highs, lows, and then rinse, repeat. Say this is one cycle. This right here is your macro trend. Now, inside your macro trend, you're gonna have price action that looks like this. Okay, much like we had here. Right? You have the ebb and flow of price action. Now, inside this region right here, where we see these small intermediate downtrends, we're gonna have price action that looks like this. Those are called minor downtrends. Alrighty. Now, you're gonna see minor downtrends, guys, throughout this next bull run. Okay, and you do not want to be getting too spooked out on minor downtrends. Make sure you always have one eye on the overarching trend of any asset that you're looking at, because that is going to help you position on the winning side. Okay, depending on which market phase we're in, the bull market or the bear market, there's always going to be a side that has a higher probability of winning. And in a bull market, it's always going to be, of course, the bullish end of things, right? So I just want to let you guys know you're going to see these minor trends within a macro bull cycle. So brace yourselves for them, okay? It's not a bad thing. All this is telling you is that, hey, patience is going to pay. All right, hey, you might just get a better bid opportunity. Now, as far as the macro trend is concerned, if you had to ask me, Krisha, bullish or bearish, I told you guys this yesterday, I am freaking bullish here. And why is that? Once again, I think I control Z'd a bit too much. I'm going to knock off all my lines. I want you guys to notice where price closed along that 21 EMA level. Okay, we closed over that monthly 21 EMA level. We started the month of April above the 21 EMA. Historically, guys, that's always initiated the next bull run phase for Bitcoin. Just go back in time, smack the 21 EMA on your chart. Everyone's got access to this. For those of you who want access to, well, the Mango ribbon, you'll find a link in the description below. It's a completely free indicator that we give out. Just sign up and I will grant you access already. But check this out. We've finally managed to close April over 21 EMA, which is a very, very bullish stance. Now, if I go ahead and bring my lines back on, I know my chart is super messy. So what I'm going to do for you here is I'm going to knock off everything we don't need right now. Okay. This, don't need this, don't need this, and we don't need this. Okay. I want you guys to notice that I've marked out a horizontal, that yellow horizontal, smack on the 21 EMA right there. Okay, now if we have to go back into our weekly time frame, remember this was the monthly, I have to look at the weekly time frame and, you know, just watch how the weeklies have been closing up against that monthly 21 EMA level. We've been holding it as support for now 3 weeks, guys, 3 consecutive weeks holding the monthly 21 EMA as support. How about the daily time frame? What's the daily doing? Daily as well, guys. So yes, well, price dumped yesterday on all the FUD. Okay, we still managed to hold that monthly 21 EMA as support. Price closed over that region. Now remember, yesterday I told you guys that, hey, for that bearish divergence that I looked at yesterday, for that to trigger, I want to see Bitcoin break this red box territory. Because if we fail to do that, that bearish divergence that was then going to flip into bullish divergence. And once again, back on over to the dashboard, that is exactly what we got. We flipped from bearish divergence to bullish divergence on there. So now we anticipated this, okay? Now this was driven primarily based on experience of seeing Bitcoin play these various patterns over and over again. That's why I was anticipating a bounce here and that turned into bullish divergence. That's exactly what we got. So now when does this bullish divergence trigger? Because notice that was potential bullish divergence. So this bullish divergence hasn't triggered just yet. So for that, let's go ahead, put on our oscillators. I'm going to get rid of the Stokes because we don't need the Stokes. The divergence is primarily hinged on the RSI. So now as far as the bullish divergence is concerned, here it is, okay? It's this. So we have lower lows on RSI, apologies, and we have higher lows on price action. Alrighty. Now for this bullish divergence to trigger, let me just now reduce this, zoom into price action, fix my scale a tad bit. Okay, cool. Now for this bullish divergence to trigger, Bitcoin has to do 2 things. It has to take out this wick high right here, okay, basically the highest point of the previous candle, which comes in at around $28,506. For those of you who actually want to mark this out on your charts, go ahead and do so. So it has to take that point out in addition to, remember, the operator I'm using here is AND. It has to take out the highest point of the previous candle and not break the low of the previous candle. Okay, so we're looking at this one candle, we're looking at the highest point of that candle and the lowest point of that candle. And what we're saying is that Bitcoin should not be breaking the low over here and also take out the highest point of this candle. Only if we meet both those criteria will the bullish divergence actually trigger to the upside. Okay, and then at that point, notice what Bitcoin would be doing. If we get a close over that region, and now I go ahead and extend that line. Let's go ahead and extend this line. Okay. Think of it. Think of a candle body close over that wick high right there. What's that going to look like? That's going to look like a breakout, right? We have yet to receive a single candle body close over that region. We have been living underneath the 28.5K region for, well, what is this now? 20 days, I believe. Let's go ahead and calculate that, okay? Let's take it from this candle. Let's be fair. 16 days, guys. Okay, so over 2 weeks of us getting rejected on that region. If price manages to close a candle over that wick high right there, that bullish divergence then triggers. In addition to that, guys, we'll be taking out resistance that's been held for over 2 weeks. All right, so that's multiple bullish birds in one stone. All right, so that's essentially what I will be keeping my eyes out for. Now, can this change, Krisha? Can this dump once again? Of course. Okay, now I'll tell you what to look out for if we're looking for the next dump. Just how we were looking at the bearish divergence. I gave you 3 factors that was telling me, hey, you know what, perhaps Bitcoin could actually see a pullback here. So let's go ahead and discuss the factors where we see another sort of additional pullback to the downside. But this is the upside move that I'm looking at right now. Okay, for that bullish divergence trigger, I'm looking at 28.5K to be taken out. As far as this region right here, would I bid Bitcoin right here? Quite honestly, I actually did. Yeah, so I pulled in a bit more into the exchange and I actually bought some more Bitcoin. It was a tiny bit, but this was, for me, it's my last buy because I have a rule. I'm not going to be buying anywhere over the monthly 21 EMA. And right now I'm low-key breaking my rule. So this is going to be the last spot buy I make on Bitcoin. So just a heads up. But I bought here primarily because this is a retest of the monthly 21 EMA. Okay, this yellow line, in fact, let me just, I don't know, make that a freaking pink. Make that nice hot pink. So yeah, that is the monthly 21 EMA, okay? I'm looking at this as a retest. That was a very, very nice, strong pickup. Could we get lower for Bitcoin? Yeah, maybe we can. Okay, for me, I like the level for a long-term hodl. That's why I have, I went and pulled the trigger right there. However, as far as further downside for Bitcoin is concerned, here's what I personally am going to be looking for. Okay, we're seeing a pattern within a pattern on Bitcoin's chart right now. This right here, in fact, let me take you on over to my 12-hour time frame. I think 12-hour will be the best time frame. Just to drive in what's really important here. So this is the M-like formation. Okay, this right here is the neckline of the M-like formation. Now, M-like formation on a technical standpoint, guys, is a bearish pattern. However, what makes it a bearish pattern is the break of the pattern. We need to break that neckline for us to be like, okay, this has now triggered to the downside. However, in addition to this pattern that's playing out, there's one additional pattern right here on the right-hand side, M, okay? And that is a descending triangle formation. Do you guys see it? If not, here, let me highlight it for you. Okay, this is it. That is the descending triangle formation. If we break this, the 21 EMA to the downside, and when I say break, now notice how we wicked right off of it, okay, and only to settle above it. For this, I'll be looking for a candle close underneath that 21 EMA region, okay? Not only will we be, well, breaking the neckline to the downside, the neckline of that descending triangle, but we'd also be taking out that monthly 21 EMA level, okay? So once again, that's 2 bearish birds with 1 stone. Alrighty, and that's why, you know, bidding that 21 EMA, I think, is going to be an easy one to manage because you just know when you're wrong very, very fast. It's a very critical level. Okay, especially for, now I only speak to those of you who are trading the short term. Okay, not the intermediate, not the macro time frames, short time frames. I'm talking about 4-hour time frame. Okay, 8-hour, 12-hour. So this is the trade to the downside. If we trigger the descending triangle to the downside, this will likely take Bitcoin all the way down to 26.2K. Okay, that is the measured move of the descending triangle. But getting down there will also help us break that M-like formation. Now, the measured move of the M-like formation, let's get on over to the 12-hour time frame. What is the measured move of that? Let's take it from here. Plot it on the break, and what do you know, guys? It takes us down to our red box territory, coming all the way down to 25.1K. Okay, 25.1K is going to be the target of the M-like formation. What is the red box territory highlight? Well, keep it simple, weekly, let's turn on the mango ribbon, and you can see an entire cluster of support in the red box territory. We have the 10 SMA, 200 exponential, 55 exponential, 200 simple. Okay, there's a lot lining up with that region. So yeah, that is going to be the bid opportunity. If Bitcoin breaks down, once again, I'll be looking for closes underneath that monthly 21 EMA level. That's the level that's going to be clutch. Okay, but if this bullish divergence triggers, I want you to notice what really takes place there. What does this entire consolidation truly morph into? A bull flag breakout. Right, let's go ahead and mark out the trigger of the bullish divergence, which is this wick high right here. Okay. Triggering the bullish divergence to the upside will also trigger the bull flag breakout to the upside. What is going to be the measured move of the bull flag? Let's see if it lines up with any of our targets that we discussed yesterday. Damn. That's going to be bloody bullish. 40.3K. All right, that should be, I don't know, the 440 cloud. I believe that's a 40 cloud. That's going to be bloody bullish, but I don't think it's going to get up there in one fell swoop. We do have other additional targets to the upside before we get up there. One primary one being the weekly Kijun. So yeah, I'll be looking for that for a stop at the very least. 31.9K. It's going to be an entire zone I highlighted for you guys. 31.9K going all the way up to, what was it? $34,000. Okay, but those are your targets to the upside. Overall picture for me, guys, I'm playing Bitcoin on the macro. I've been very candid about this. I'm bullish. I mean, I broke down the trend for you guys, right? We could see price action ebb and flow to the upside, right? Before we get up to those targets. This is going to be the pullback opportunities for those of you who want to catch better bids on your trades, on your long trades. This is where I'm going to implore you guys to look at the dashboard if you guys want to get a heads up on a better bid opportunity on the horizon. Okay, look at volatility, look at the trend, because that's going to tip you off on whether or not is it the right time to be patient on the bid. Alrighty, so yeah, pay attention to the dashboard, pay attention to the trends, and always understand your time horizon. That way you are not getting kicked out prematurely of your trade, or in some instances, if you're trading lower time frames, you're not busy holding on to a losing position. Alrighty, be honest with yourselves as traders. Write down your criteria before jumping into your trade, irrespective of your time frame. Okay, that way you're always sort of separating yourself as a manager. Okay, there has to be a manager in yourself and an executioner in yourself. Okay, separate those two personalities. That way you are more disciplined with your trades. Now, this is all I have for you for Bitcoin, honestly. Watch out for the bullish divergence to trigger. You guys know the trigger. It comes in at around 28.5K. We start taking that out to the upside. I'm saying bullish divergence, it has been triggered at that point. Okay, I will be looking for continuation to the upside at that point. Alrighty. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button, and I will see you in the next update. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.